So this week, the piece of artwork that I chose was titled "A Skull of a Skeleton with a Burning Cigarette." Um, this piece of artwork was painted by Vincent van Gogh back in 1885 through 1886. It was 32 centimeters by 24 and a half centimeters in size and was painted in Antwerp, Belgium. The location is in the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam currently, though. This was painted on an oil canvas, and as you can see, the hues or the colors used are mainly black with an ivory type color and even a little bit of a slight orangish yellow color used on the cigarette to indicate that it is currently burning. Um, the lines of this artwork are, I would say, they're more diagonal than anything, which typically indicates action or movement, which I thought was interesting because there's not very much action or movement going on other than the slow burning of the cigarette. Um, the shapes this painting uses are organic shapes found in normal human anatomy. Um, and the the spacing of this painting is also interesting because Van Gogh uses a pitch black um, background which consumes all of the negative space of the painting, while the smoking skeleton consumes all of the positive space of the painting. And I thought the use of the pitch black, which is typically associated with death, was a very interesting use of the space. Um, the value or the light of this painting is a uh, darker than most paintings, and I think that is for the clear reason to indicate death. Um, the texture is something else I found very interesting. As you can see on some of the edges, like right here, it almost appears to be worn, or even the texture of the skeleton, the top of the skeleton skull, seems to almost intertwine with the background. The borders of the skeleton are not very clearly defined, which I thought to be interesting and almost give a sense of a rough texture to the painting. Um, as I interpreted the painting, though, I noticed that uh, I don't think the painting was intended to indicate that smoking causes death. One of the reasons for this is because Van Gogh himself was a pretty avid smoker and smoked up until his death. Um, I do think this painting may have been intended to be of Van Gogh himself because during the time period it was painted, Van Gogh was in pretty bad health himself. I think there are other possible interpretations. That's just one I kind of liked. So when judging this painting, it does. Uh, I enjoy it, and it kind of makes me happy. It reminds me of one of my friends who enjoys skeletons. So since it reminds me of a friend, it makes me feel happy, and uh, that's mainly the reason I like it. And I think it also portrays interesting themes, um, and causes you to think about its meaning, which is also another reason why I think it's a good painting. So that's it. Thanks.